Jeff Baxter, the CEO of Cambridge-based biotech VBI Vaccines, was at an all-hands meeting with his staff at the company's R&D facility in Canada discussing the worsening COVID-19 pandemic. "I remember it vividly," he says. "A staff member took me aside and grabbed me by the collar and said, 'Jeff, we have to do something.' The small company, which was incorporated in the US almost 15 years ago, specializes in vaccines for infectious diseases and cancer. But with a market cap of just over $800 million, it couldn't compete with the other pharmaceutical powerhouses like Pfizer and Moderna, which were able to quickly focus energy on creating a new COVID-19 vaccine. We weren't part of the Vanguard 5, Baxter says, referring to the first companies to develop a COVID-19 vaccine, but we pushed forward. VBI is now leading a new contingent of companies, smaller biotechs that are focused on creating a pan-coronavirus vaccine that can be effective against all variants of COVID-19, as well as coronaviruses that might have pandemic potential in the future. This is a contrast to the Vanguard 5, whose next-generation vaccines are currently more geared towards booster shots and specific new variants. In March, VBI entered a $33 million partnership with the Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness Innovations, also known as CEPI, to develop a pan-coronavirus vaccine that can protect against new COVID-19 variants and other coronaviruses. Clinical trials will start in the second half of this year. Half a dozen other companies are charting the same course, hoping to be the winner in this second COVID-19 vaccine race. A vaccine that could protect against all variants of COVID-19 could quickly replace the current vaccines, some of which have shown diminished efficacy against variants first discovered in South Africa and Brazil. But the real prize would be a vaccine that could protect against all betacoronaviruses, the family of viruses that also birthed SARS, MERS and varieties of the common cold. "We've seen coronaviruses mutate to be humanly transmissible about every 9 years, Baxter says. We need to figure out just how wide we can make those goalposts to cover any novel or mutant strain." VBI's idea for a pan-coronavirus vaccine is deceptively simple. It plans to train the immune system to be able to recognize a specific part of the virus that exists even on coronaviruses that humans haven't encountered before. All coronaviruses have a spike protein that is used to enter cells. These proteins create the protruding crown-shape appearance for which the virus is named. "Think of each of those spike proteins as a color," says David Anderson, Chief Scientific Officer at VBI. "You can make antibodies see blue, yellow and red," he says, "but you can also teach the immune system to see something that's slightly between the blue and yellow, and now you have antibodies that see green."